I said that I was going to try not to host another live stream today. I said it. I did. I said I was going to try my best not to host another. I'm about to say COVID-19. Not to host another live stream today. I said I was not, unless it was absolutely necessary. I did say that I would more than likely get other information, and I'm getting other information. A lot of you wanted to know what was said in the audio. Well, that has been sent to me too, okay? A lot of you wanted to know, well, what was said in the audio. That was sent to me too. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm sorry. Alright, okay. Y'all gonna have to see my kitchen. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Make sure the kitchen looks okay. Alright, it's alright. I'll be back. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, when there's at least 50 people watching, then I'll go ahead and I'll start playing this audio. Let me test it out.
Only find your GPS.
Okay, I got it. I'll play the audio when I have at least I get my little head right. Alright. When there are at least 50 people watching, I will play this audio so you can hear the audio. Many of you saw a audio file and you wanted to know what was said in the audio file. Is that correct? I presented screenshots of statements Sosa allegedly made. And now what I'm doing now is there is an audio file that a lot of you saw, and I did not have the audio at the time, so I could not play it, but I have the audio now. So now what I would like to do at this time is play the audio, but I'm just waiting. Tag your friends, tag everybody, tag South Carolina. Let's tag these folks. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do a check-in because there are a lot of people wanting to hear, like, okay, if someone could move, right, and move freely with an ankle monitor on, how is that possible? Sosa's going to explain. I'm not going to explain. You will hear what he explains, not me, okay? And you can do your own research, follow up with probation officers. You call whoever you got to call, the state or whatever, to confirm whether or not what he's saying is true. Okay? But he's going to explain how someone can move around a little bit without an ankle monitor. Okay? Well, with an ankle monitor, with having an ankle monitor, how someone could move freely. Does that make sense? There's been a lot of questions about the ankle monitor. Okay? So I want to go ahead and I'm going to do a check-in. We're going to share this live stream because this is something a lot of people need to hear. I'm going to list cities in South Carolina. I'm listing cities now in South Carolina. All right. So, if you're watching this live stream from Charleston, South Carolina, please share this live stream, Charleston, and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, please share this live stream, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Columbia, South Carolina, please share this live stream from Columbia, South Carolina, and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Greenville, South Carolina, please share this live stream in Greenville. Florence is sharing. Greenwood, share. I need to see shares by your names. And thank you, and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Sumter, South Carolina, please share. If you're watching this live stream from Hillhead, Newberry, South Carolina is sharing. Hillhead Island, please share. If you're watching this live stream from Spartansburg, South Carolina, please share. I need to see shares to your profiles. Let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Florence, South Carolina, please share and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Rock Hill, South Carolina, please share and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Somerville, South Carolina, please share and let me know where you're sharing from. Beaufort, South Carolina, please share. Conway, South Carolina, please share. Aiken, South Carolina, please share. Lexington, South Carolina, please share. And in all 50 states. In all 50 states, please share. Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, please share. Bluffton, South Carolina, please share. Clemson, South Carolina, please share. Greer, South Carolina, please share. Fort Mill, South Carolina, please share. Orangeburg, South Carolina, please share. Simpsonville, South Carolina, we're sharing. Easley, South Carolina, we're sharing. North Charleston, South Carolina, we're sharing. Indiana is sharing. Anyone who's sharing anywhere, let me know where you are. Wherever you are in the country or out of country. Lancaster, please share. Hartsville, South Carolina is sharing. Seneca, South Carolina is sharing. Gaffney, South Carolina is sharing. Georgetown is sharing. Charleston, West Virginia has shared. Thank you. Thank you. North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is sharing. Waterboro, South Carolina is sharing. Surfside Beach, South Carolina is sharing. Lawrence, South Carolina is sharing. Greenwood is sharing. Georgia has shared. North Augusta, South Carolina is sharing. West Columbia, South Carolina, we're sharing. Newberry, South Carolina is sharing. Detroit, Michigan is sharing. Thank you, Detroit. Love you, Detroit. Love you, love you. Y'all showed me a lot of love. I love you so much. Sullivan's Island, South Carolina is sharing. Folly Beach, South Carolina is sharing. Dillon, South Carolina is sharing. Clover, South Carolina is sharing. Taylor, South Carolina is sharing. Hardyville, South Carolina is sharing. Pickens, South Carolina is sharing. Travelers Rest, South Carolina is sharing. Someone is sharing in Mississippi. Now I'm just going to call upon southern states. That's what I'm going to do right now. Orangeburg, thank you. Charleston has shared. If you're watching this live stream anywhere in North Carolina, please share. If you're watching this live stream anywhere in South Carolina, please share. If you're watching this live stream anywhere in Georgia, the state of Georgia, I would love for you to share Georgia and let me know where you're sharing from. If you're watching this live stream from Florida, please share this live stream. If you're watching this live stream from Alabama, please share. We must come together and do what we can so we can locate Alexis Ware and bring her home to her family. If you're watching this live stream from the state of Tennessee, please share. If you're watching this live stream from the state of Mississippi, please share. Thank you so much for sharing. Spartanburg, South Carolina is sharing. If you're watching this live stream from anywhere in the Midwest or the East Coast or the West Coast, I would love for you to share this live stream and let me know where you're sharing from. If you are one of my UK followers, UK supporters, United Kingdom supporters, please join the live. Share this live all the way in the United Kingdom, and I would love for you to please let me know where in the United Kingdom you are sharing this live stream from. All right. Okay, so I have to play this, and I'm going to play this audio. I'll play it a lot of times, maybe 10 times. Okay? All right.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clifton Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
Okay, I want to play this again. I played it for the first time. I said I'm going to do it 10 times. 10 times. Number 2, round 2. There's people watching. There's people sharing and caring and listening. Okay.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clifton Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
All right. Round 3. Playing it a third time. I said that I would play the audio 10 times. Why? Because there are other people tuning in. Okay. Okay. 3.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clifton Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie. You're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clifton Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
All right. 4. I'm on number 4, right? Correct. I'm going to play this 4th time, this audio. Okay? A 4th time. I'm playing what Sosa said. This is not my statement. A 4th time, okay?
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
All right, playing what he said, not what I said, for a fifth time.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
All right, so I'm going to play what he's saying for a sixth time.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
Going to play this a seventh time.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
Number 8.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
Number 9.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that aunt shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
last time playing because I know a lot of people are tuning in, don't know what's going on. I want to make sure you heard what he said, so I'm playing it for the last time, for a 10th time. Go back and watch the live stream, and you can listen to all 10 times, or you can just audio record the first time I played this. Number 10, and I am done after this.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they call it in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
Okay. Allegedly. All what he's saying is alleged. Allegedly, we heard his voice. Allegedly, this is a statement that came from him. Allegedly, okay? Allegedly. Allegedly. Practically, what I'm going to do is do a lot of research. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reach out to some probation parole officers, and I'll reach out to the state, and I need to find out how this works. What's been going on down there in South Carolina? I want to get an understanding of what's really happening. I'm not interested in debating with people about what they've been doing since COVID. I'll find out what's been happening since COVID with those ankle monitors. I'll find out exactly what's been happening with COVID. There's probably going to be probation officers reaching out to me, and people who know a lot about the ankle monitors, right? How it works. I can call the police and have a conversation with the police about it, but I'll find out. So there really isn't any reason. I don't want anybody to be arguing with anybody about what somebody else said and what they believe to be true, because I'm going to find out how this works. I'm going to reach out to the proper people. I'm going to do some research, and I'll see and find out if the GPS, right, hasn't been alerting like it should since COVID. I got a way of finding all that out. That's easy to find out. It's not hard. It's not hard to find that out. So there's just no reason to debate about something that I'm just listening to what someone says. Don't know it to be true. I'm going to do some research and find out what's going on with these ankle monitors and the GPS used to track the monitors since COVID. I know that a lot of things haven't been working the same since COVID. I know that. So we'll see what's happening with the ankle monitors. That's just been the case. Folks just been getting let out of jail for murder a lot lately. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but I am. Since COVID, there are people committing crimes that I believe to be extremely heinous, and they're just letting them out like it's nothing. They're giving them a weekend stay, and they're letting them out. So there are a lot of changes happening since COVID. A lot of things have changed since COVID. So before I just say, oh, well, what he said is total, hogwash, I'd rather just check into it, really. Okay, so I've played this audio. A lot of you have listened to this audio. And, hey, you can check into it. I don't have to be the only one reaching out to probation officers and police in the state. You can do that as well. All right, to try to see what's going on, what's been happening since COVID. Yeah, ankle monitor is an ankle monitor, and GPS is a system used to track the ankle monitor. The ankle monitor is the device that goes on a person's leg, and the GPS is the technology used to track where the person is going with the ankle monitor. He was specifically talking about the GPS from what I heard. Is that what you guys heard? Yes or no? Yes or no? And how effective the GPS is in terms of, you know, alerting. Okay? Okay. I really don't want to restate what he said because I played it 10 times. I want you to go back and listen. I did. I'm exhausted because I played that audio so many times. You can hear what he said. You can meditate on it and like write down what he said word for word. And then you'll be able to understand what his main point is. It was a main point. So there's no need for me to reiterate the main point of that statement because it was clear what he was saying. Okay? This was a discussion about the GPS on an ankle monitor, how that has been working since COVID. The statement I heard is in reference to the GPS on an ankle monitor and how that has been working since COVID. I know, I played it 10 times. People can act like they're not. I love y'all anyway. Not understanding. I played what he said 10 times though. I didn't try to interrupt it or intercept, re-explain. I just wanted you to hear. Right? Okay, I just wanted you to hear what was said, okay? I've been asked to play it for clarity, asked to play it so my followers know that I'm not capping about information I'm getting. So I'm playing it. I aired it 10 times. You wanted to know, right? Oh, give me a thumbs up if you wanted to know about that audio file. I didn't have it at first. You wanted to know what was said in the audio. Give this live stream a thumbs up if you wanted to know what was said in that audio. I played it 10 times. I played it 10 times. I played it so many times. People are like, ugh. I played it that many times, y'all. I don't know when you joined the live. I played this 10 times. 10 times. Somebody say one more time, please. It got to be somebody say more than you just saying one more time, because I played it that many times, y'all. I'm exhausted. I played it that many times. I know that an ankle monitor and a GPS tracking system in an ankle monitor is two different things. Everybody else doesn't know that, though. I know that. I tried to explain that, but if you're not going to accept what I'm saying, then I'm not going to keep explaining it. I know that an ankle monitor and a GPS tracking system is two different things. I know that. All right, so yeah, they're able to watch it. I played it 10 times. Okay. Somebody said play again. Tag a bunch of friends then. Got me playing this again? Y'all forgive me. I'm just tired, okay? I'm a little irritable and tired. All right, I'll play this. I'll play it 2 more times. How about that?
The way GPS works.
Oh, wait a minute. I disconnected something. Y'all give me a moment. I disconnected the thing. All right, now it's reconnected.
You don't have to report anymore. So the way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
I don't know what his point is. I'm just playing what he said. I just wanted to know about this ankle bracelet, pretty much.
The way GPS work is that since COVID has came around, you don't have to report anymore. So only time your GPS bracelet alerts the system is when it's low on charge, you're near the state line, or you're seen somewhere like a club, a bar, or lounge, and somebody spotted you and they calling in and saying that you're in this area. Other than that, they don't really monitor where you been, where you at, unless they think you got some suspicious activity going on. But he was at Wild Wings on Clipson Boulevard before he met her. So all that shit, that's a whole fucking lie.
He was just saying that the state is not monitoring or checking up on people with ankle monitors like that since COVID. I try to break it down to a way that everybody can understand what he said, just in case you heard him and you heard him 12 times and you still didn't understand what he was saying. He was saying that the state is not really monitoring people with ankle monitors as closely as they did before the pandemic. I agree, because they're not monitoring a lot of things real closely since the pandemic. When it comes to people, on probation. I've spoken with people on probation. I just talked to a man the other day telling me, he told me, case in point. This is a case in point. This man told me I got to go see my probation officer today. And I was like, when was the last time you seen the probation officer? Well, it's been almost 3 years since I seen my probation officer. I'm cool. We cool like that. Since COVID, I hadn't had to see my officer. My probation officer. What? Yeah, I had this conversation with someone on probation telling me since COVID, he didn't have to see it was his first time seeing his probation officer in more than 2 years in person since COVID. So who knows what else they're slacking up on? So who knows? That's really what he was really saying. Like, it's not monitored like you think. It's not monitored the way it was before COVID. If you want to make the main point of the audio be about Wild Wings, you can. It's however way you want to interpret it. He was trying to infer that someone's messaging me that TJ lied about something, right? I was more interested in knowing what he was in understanding how the ankle monitors work. I found that to be interesting since COVID. One can assume that it's easier to move around with an ankle monitor now, based upon what I heard and what you all heard, without every movement being tracked accurately. Okay, unless the state detects suspicious activity, quoting what he said, unless suspicious activity, or somebody tells on you and says, hey, you're somewhere you shouldn't be, and they call in on you. Okay? Has who been to any searches in Georgia? Who are you referring to? I don't know. I've not been around anyone while they were searching, so I don't know. I don't want to speak for nobody because I wasn't there. Okay, no one has anything else to say. You're welcome to watch the beginning of this live stream. I don't think it's necessary for me to play the same audio over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Thank you so very much for tuning into this live stream. Thank you so very much for sharing this live stream from wherever you are, all over the country, all over South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and all of the states all over the United States of America. Thank you so very much. And I hope that what you heard gives you a bit more clarity as of, what's been happening with the ankle monitors, since COVID. And we can all do our own research and look into this, right? So I said I was going to look into it. I'm not going to assume that what he's saying is hogwash. I just rather look into it. You got to do research. I just like to look into it. I got to. I know that a lot of things have been off in the criminal justice system since COVID. So I can't just listen and say, oh, that's total, BS. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to look into it and see what's going on, Yeah. She said, my child father was on it. I had a domestic violence case on him. He wasn't supposed to be around my house. The day he got out of jail, something about, I guess, coming around your house to pick up his car, and it definitely alerted them. Okay. Well, maybe that's not the case in every situation. Okay. So every device is not perfectly in sync all the time. It absolutely, every state works differently. Contrary to popular belief, every city has a different texture to it. Every part of the United States, there are people that have different ways of doing things. Nope, not making anyone guilty because of someone else's opinion. I can't. It's nothing I can do to make anybody go to jail. I've reported on a lot of missing person cases and homicides. There's absolutely, I've gotten surveillance footage, turned footage into the police. There's absolutely, when I say absolutely nothing I can do to make anybody guilty of anything in terms of guilty in a court of law. Law enforcement will determine that based upon evidence that they're going to review or that they're already reviewing. They make the final determination. I investigate cases. I report on what I learn. And then there it is. I just report. Like there's nothing. When I say nothing, I've presented all types of incriminating information about other cases, not this case, to the police. There's absolutely nothing I could do to make someone guilty. Can't frame anybody or anything like that. Police are going to do what they're going to do based upon what they investigate and what they come up with. If you're not interested in hearing what's being said and what's being, exposed, and that is just too overwhelming for you, then this type of reporting is not for you. I would just ask you to just wait for an update from your local newspapers, just wait for them to give you an update. I don't know when that's happening. But they're just going to wait until something's definite and there's a press conference, and they're not going to be looking into stuff and day by day giving you reports. That's not going to happen. You're getting an opportunity to hear what's said and hear all sides of the story here. You're getting that opportunity here. No one's been convicted of a crime. No one's been arrested. And there aren't any official persons of interest. There are people that you think could be a person of interest, right? There aren't any official. Official is the police said it. The court of public opinion can say something else. But officially, that's not happening. And I'm just going to tell you, officially, that is not happening. And there's nothing I can do. There's nothing anyone can say to really change that has not happened, other than law enforcement. Yep. So I'm blocking her out the live. I'm blocking her. She's blocked. She's blocked. I am a missing person investigative journalist. If you ever go missing, listen to me. If you ever go missing as a result of foul play or possibly being set up, it's a person like me that's going to go through hell and hot water to make sure certain things are exposed and that your story is told. It's not going to be your local news broadcaster. CNN is not going to give you that. Nancy Grace may. That's if your story goes super viral. I'm going to do that for you. It's someone like me that would do that. And to criticize someone like me who will more than likely be that person to shed light on certain things that a lot of people are going to overlook and purposely ignore just because they don't want the heat. People don't want to be trolled and threatened and backed into corners. They don't want that. So they're not going to give you that. There's going to be a few people like me with a whole lot of courage, willing to expose certain things and take the trolling and take the bashing and take all of that. So if something happens to you right now, God forbid, It's what I'm doing and the sacrifices that I'm making right now, even to the detriment of my own platform, that's going to help you get justice. Wouldn't you want justice if something happened to you? Wouldn't you want certain things to be exposed if something happened to you? Or would you not? There are people speaking to me as if I did something to Alexis, as if I made her go missing, as if I caused these problems. I'm reporting and exposing information that is going to either help her to be found, get justice, or help her to be found and get justice. Whatever the situation is, because I'm not God. If I was God, I'll go find her right now. If I was God, I'll go get her right now. Because God knows. If I was God, I'd do it. If I were in control of my life, the song says, things would have worked out. Woo! Y'all don't let me preach. If I was in control of my life, things, but my times, the good and the bad, my times, the hurt and the pain, my times are in, all of it is in the Lord's hands. If I were in control, I would have jumped in the driver's seat of Alexis' car. You ain't going nowhere, girl. Not today. I'm not. I've stopped my whole day in the midst of doing other things. I was on the way to a job interview a few years ago and saw a lady in distress. Stopped in the middle of going to hell with that job interview to try to help that woman and get her help. Because I thought I could control it. I thought it was something I could do to intervene. And I did what I could do. I can't control everything, though. I can't. My mama tell me all the time, girl, you can't save the world. You can't do it. But mama, I wish I would. You can't do it. It's going to be what it's going to be. People going to do what they going to do. People going to get hurt. Stuff is going to happen. Children are going to be taken advantage of. You can't save the world, girl. And I keep trying anyway. You can't save the world, girl. Girl, don't you know you can't save the world? Don't you know you can't stop the train wreck if the train wreck don't happen? All you can do is just really report on it as a journalist. Can't stop the train wreck. Can't stop it. Can't do nothing about it. I can report on her with dignity and class. Here's what I can control. How I report on her disappearance. That's what I can control. How I go about it. Do I report on her disappearance by putting all her business in the street? Business that's completely irrelevant to this investigation? No, I don't do that. Not if it's not relevant. If it's relevant, if it's something that happened moments before she disappeared, even if it's something embarrassing, I gotta do it. I gotta report on it. But if it's not, I'm not doing it. I can control how I go about doing things when I do it. I got people coming for me. They're acting as if I'm out here making her look bad or something. What? One of my YouTube subscribers said, I've not seen you speak ill on anybody you've reported on. So why are these people getting mad? Why are these families getting upset? I've not seen or witnessed you. She said it in a message to me. Speak ill on anyone. You never try to make the missing look bad. Only report what I absolutely have to touch on. So why are these people? Why? I couldn't answer that. I don't know why people are invested on protecting they more invested in protecting folks who are acting suspect than trying to figure out what happened to Alexis. They want to protect folks who are acting suspect. That's why they're coming on my live. More than they're interested, they want to stop me in figuring out what happened to this mother too. You're a mother. Who's a mother on this live? Give me a thumbs up if you're a mother. A mother. A mother. Who you couldn't imagine being taken away from your kids. A mother. Imagine if you went missing and you don't love your kids with everything in you. Every fiber of your being. Imagine if you go missing. And folks who are acting suspect, they're getting more protection. Folks are more interested in protecting these individuals than trying to make sure they figure out what happened to you, find you, and get you justice. Do you know how insulted you would be if you can come back and just look at how these people are acting who said they loved you? How cocky they're acting. How nonchalant they've been. Oh my God. The men who help you procreate these children and bring them in the world. We don't see them at search parties. And we don't see them breaking down in tears. We don't see any. Imagine how you would feel. I'm reporting on those type of cases. I'm reporting on those type of cases, ladies and gentlemen. I'm exposing how fake the folks who say they love you really are. that bothers some people because they got to start thinking about their own family. Like, man, I see Pebbles keeps showing these people are going missing, and the folks that were around them every single day, they just don't give up. Trying not to cuss on live. I hope my peoples don't do me like that. Jesus. I'll be your biggest advocate. I'll be your biggest advocate. A lot of people I've reported on I've never met in my life. Never will. I'll be your biggest advocate. I'll stay true to you. When I find out your family members are being fake, I'll stay true to you. I'll do everything I can to tell your story. I'll stay true to you. And I'll be the best friend you never had if you go missing. Have a great day.